Nerd Reactor, roll out.
What's up, Reactorites? John here, and I just came out of watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and right off the bat, great movie, funny movie, and all the characters that were in it, they were just hilarious and just a treat to watch. This is probably my favorite animated film of the year. And especially with, like, you know, the Walt Disney Animation Studios giving us Ralph Breaks the Internet, and Pixar giving us Incredibles 2. Even with those movies, which I both enjoyed, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse just, for me, comes out on the top. With the movie, you have all these characters that are being introduced, and they all have their moment to shine. So yeah, you got Miles Morales, you have Peter Parker, you have Spider-Gwen, you have Spider-Ham, Spider-Man Noir, and you have the anime-inspired version of the Spider-Man stuff. So all these characters, they're all great to watch. And at first I was kind of worried with the animation style, and especially the frame rates where it's kind of choppy. You know, it's done intentionally. And I know there are a few out there that aren't big fans of that style or the frame rates, but for those of you that were concerned about that, it's gonna all just fade away, because once you're hooked on the story, the characters, you're not even gonna be thinking about that anymore. And then, because the movie's gonna have other different styles, because it's gonna bring in characters from different dimensions, alternate realities. And so it's all going to be like mixing together. And that's why it's like the Spider-Verse. So yeah, Miles Morales. You get to see a bit of his origin story. Well, the whole movie is about his origin story. And you get to see his parents. His dad's a cop. His mom's a nurse. Just these characters, you really get to see Miles Morales' life. And it's very, very down to earth, where it's just like very relatable about just family life. But yeah, so yeah, Miles Morales dealing with like some personal issues, but then he's gonna have to deal with other issues once he starts to become a superhero. And just like Peter Parker, he gets bit by a spider and he gets powers. And so yeah, with these powers, he's gonna be teaming up with the Spider-Man gang. And as a new superhero, he's going to have to like prove himself that he's going to be able to save the day. And to help him, you have Peter Parker. With this Peter Parker, it's this isn't like the new naive Peter Parker. It's you know, Peter Parker's been Spider-Man for a while now, and he's very funny in this. And then you can get to see like the relationship between Mary Jane and Spider-Man, like what happened. Especially throughout the years, and how that has taken a toll on Peter Parker. And you also have Spider-Gwen, so that's going to be a new favorite for a lot of viewers out there. So yeah, Spider-Gwen, she's adorable, she kicks ass. Her outfit, I really like her outfit, and it's just her being in the team. She tries to help out Miles Morales. And then you have Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham is just like this pig spider, and it's probably like one of my favorite characters in the movie, just because he's just so out there. And he kind of doesn't fit in the universe, but he kind of does, just because of just the animation style. And then we also have Spider-Man Noir. He's black and white. He comes from a time of you know, like the detective era, the film noir era, and just the way he talks is just like from back then. Like, yeah, you know, I'm Spider-Man Noir. So those Spider-Ham, Spider-Man Noir, definitely two of my favorite characters in the movie. Very funny. And then of course with these the heroes, we have to have the villains. So the villains introduced are like, you know, you got Kingpin, and you get to see Scorpion, Green Goblin. So it's really cool to see all these characters just come together, and just the way the movie's written, the way the story is told, it's just entertaining from beginning to end. You're always like laughing throughout, and you're always on the edge of your seat with the action sequences. And there's also like heart to the story, especially with Miles Morales, his family, and then also how he feels with the rest of the Spider-Man gang. And there's like moments for you know, Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, Peter Parker. Like, you really get to feel for these characters. And then I also want to talk about the soundtrack for this movie. The soundtrack is heavily, you know, hip-hop based. And so just the way it's implemented in this, you really feel pumped. Like, yeah, you know, I'm down. And whatever it is that Miles Morales is doing, like he's wearing his headphones, he's swinging around. You really feel engaged. You're like pumped, and you're rooting for him to, you know, help save the day and just help fight crime. And yes, there is an end credit scene, and you have to stay to the very end. This is probably the most funniest scene I've ever experienced this year, or is probably the funniest end credit scene I've seen. And I think this one's way better than the end credit scene that was shown in Ralph Breaks the Internet. Especially if you're a huge Spider-Man fan, or even if you're not, like you watch it, it's just so hilarious. It's so out there, ludicrous. So yeah, definitely stay to the very end. So yeah, overall, I highly recommend this movie. Especially if you're, you know, just a fan of Spider-Man, a fan of superheroes, or just a fan of just you know, regular teenager just trying to go through life, and then all of a sudden he has more responsibilities he has to take care of. Watch this movie. Definitely my top animated film of the year, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So yeah, with that said, I'm John, and I'll see you guys next time.